decide.
But what about our rights? What about my rights
But
as
you
an OT?
But your rights are I'm not stopping your rights.
Oh, you are, absolutely, by putting things on the internet that we consider to be sacred.
But excuse me, who's putting things on the internet? Aren't you putting things on the internet about others?
About me, you've got all
course.
kinds of junk about me.
So you can't-
But not our,
So you're
not
not-
our
that are
theology.
absolute lies.
But you're
theology.
putting lies on the
Joel,
internet.
Answer
No,
this
not
question.
true. You point them
He'll
out to
talk
me,
to you.
and I'll correct them.
What?
Let's keep picketing.
No,
Because if you won't
no,
answer me, that's not
okay,
fair.
I'll answer.
You're going to put all these lies up. You want to
But
interview
for-
my friend, but you won't.
I've been such a.
First
Have
of
I been
all,
a gentleman?
You've been a gentleman, but I know
thought-
people that you work for, and they're not going
I
to
worked
be.
for me.
They're going to take this information and use it against him. And I promise you that. That's what they
But,
did.
Tori-
They took the information
But
with
he's a
me.
big boy.
Why do you back them up when they have all these lies about me?
Well, he's seen my website. He
But
knows.
what about me?
Yeah,
Right, you're having a conversation with me. You know,
I
right?
link to you, but you would never dare to link to me. That's quite interesting, and I
No,
tell
I
that
never
to
would.
everybody.
No, I
Then
never
why
tell
would
that
you,
to
why would
everybody.
you say take down the lies
Because
about me when they're absolute lies?
You show me where they are. If they're on my
They're
site.
on Religious Freedom Watch. That whole site,
Yeah.
those are lies about me. They are absolute
Well-
lies. 4 pages of lies.
You prove to me that
They're
that's
there.
the case.
There's nothing to prove. You prove to me that it's true. They're
No,
lies.
I don't have that. I don't have.
You won't call
We
me
don't have
to
that
talk
obligation.
to me. See, that's the
don't
bottom
have that
line.
obligation.
You won't talk to me.
See,
you won't
but Tori,
call me.
Because I know.
You can
what
say
my
whatever you
church
want
gives me.
and not prove anything, because you say, I have to prove the negative, I have to prove it wrong. But so I can go out and say that Hubbard was doing incest, because I don't have to prove it, you have to prove I'm wrong.
You have
Is
to
that your
prove he's
logic?
wrong.
I'm saying don't put lies on the internet.
But you're
Well,
putting
I don't
lies
think
about
we
me
are.
on the
Do I-
internet.
I don't think we are.
But do I have
You
lies
are.
on the internet?
You have, and I don't believe me. I don't spend a lot of time with
I believe it.
your website.
I believe it.
Okay, but I am aware of it. Okay, but there
So we
are
have a
things
page about
on
me.
your website that we consider to be sacred.
What?
Okay.
What?
Some of the things that you promote about
What?
what's in store on our upper levels. We consider that sacred. We don't consider that people have the right to spread that, whatever altered state it is, and claim that it's the real
So,
thing.
but you telling people about my life, that's not sacred.
If it's true.
Well, if it's true about
No,
Sinu,
but these are religious studies. Don't confuse the actions
so-
of a person's
so
lifetime.
if I invent something that a religion is more sacred than my personal life, is that more sacred
It's
than
the
my personality?
spirituality.
But so my personal spirit, my thing, my life is less sacred than something you make up about a galactic overlord 75 million years ago. I'm less important than that.
No, not at all.
That's
Not at all.
that's your
what
logic.
you're saying.
You have a personal religious belief. I will totally respect your right to have that viewpoint. This
Yeah.
is a spiritual endeavor. This is not about a body or a single lifetime.
But the only
This
reason,
is a spiritual
reason
endeavor.
for you to be afraid or ashamed of what you're telling in that religion is because it's something you can't defend, and that's the reason why it's sacred. That's why Hubbard didn't want the wall of fire to be known. He wanted the secret. He wanted to test you before you got there, because he knows it is. People won't believe it. I mean, the other religions aren't afraid of what they believe in. They're not ashamed of it.
Oh, all religions have. First of all, let's clear up this issue. A religion has its rights, and we could argue this all day long. In
absolutely.
each religion, we should respect their rights and respect their rights to their material.
Same
We do.
Same as you should respect me.
Well, first of all, I do respect you.
Never answered a real question.
But
I mean, let me put no, I don't respect you, but I respect your rights.
you don't respect me, but you respect my rights.
Exactly.
But how can somebody you respect have rights you respect? That's a
it's just-
that's a contradiction.
Way too philosophical.
Because
How can you not respect him, Joel, or
Because
me
he-
and our lives?
Because they
if
do.
me as a person isn't respected, how can I then have rights you respect? That's a contradiction.
I'm getting a headache.
That's a
Of course,
contradiction.
You should be getting
Please,
a headache because your
It's
interest
God.
is going
It's
out.
coming on.
That's right.
Oh,
But that's-
Your interest is going
that's
out
what I'm
because
saying.
You can't answer that question.
You respect
Human-
the right
you-
to free speech?
Oh, I can agree. One question at a time, please. I respect the rights to free speech if they are conformed with the rights of other individuals and of religions.
So
Absolutely.
is-
That say that in the
Then
Why don't you practice
Constitution.
it? Why doesn't OSA practice it?
also tries to stop my free speech. I can prove that beyond that. I can prove that they're trying to stop my free speech. So I'm not trying to stop them. I've never taken any right away from any Scientologist, I never said they could not talk about the religion. I never tried to close down any of your sites, not try to take you out of any search engines on the internet. I don't even try to tell you to take out any lies on me. I don't care. You are my prime example to all the people I know when I want to tell them what is Scientology doing to you. I point them to your site.
Thank you.
I have a link on the front page of Operation Comeback, the link to your site. And I say, this is what Scientology does. This is how
We're
they
getting a
work.
lot of hits, so that must be it.
Yeah, and people write me. This is just had a guy the other day. I was over on this site, and it was, man, you must be a bad person.
Which site is his?
And I was like, you've been having PIs after me for 8 years. Scientology has PIs. And the worst thing you can dig up on me, I'm an atheist? I mean, man, you're an atheist too if you believe in this.
Oh,
Which site is his site?
Religious Freedom Watch.
Your site is the site that
Yeah.
has the lies about me and him on it?
Yeah.
And you don't even know what the lies are? You never checked with me? You never checked to find out if they're true? You just slap that stuff up? Because Osa told
Did
you.
he check with me?
Did you
about
check
what he
with
was gonna
Osa?
put
I'm
up about
asking you. You said you
Scientology?
respect
I've
our
never
rights.
written anything about you, have I?
No.
No?
No, you did write me an email once.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But it was nice. It was,
Were you also responsible for the previous site about me? Where you had my social security number, my debt, my car
I
registration,
don't know.
how much money I had, and where I lived, and my employer, and people like
I don't
you.
know anything about
People
that.
like you.
don't
Who
know.
provided
You
you
don't
with the
know.
data about me?
How did you call it to check the information about me before you put it out?
It's just the name.
Barry
behind it.
forgets who I am, you know? He just, we've
You're
known
just
each
a-
other
I
for
don't forget
years.
who you are. I know exactly who you are.
Do you-
I remember you exactly.
to what degree did you call it to check the information you put out on me as a person?
It's checked.
Oh,
That's all I
well,
can
Not
say.
checked.
How?
Yeah.
You
but,
have not checked
But
it.
this is not your interview. This is my interview.
Oh, sorry,
Come on.
sorry,
No, no.
sorry.
Thank you.
Okay,
is all
next
right.
question.
I don't have any next question.
Well-
But I still, I mean, and I know you'll answer me honestly, right?
Yeah, I am.
We have all of these big issues.
Yeah.
They're all over the world, and terrible injustices. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the anti-Scientologists point out a couple of things here and there, right, which they say are true, which frankly I dispute, and frankly I don't personally spend any time. You know, it's not my,
Yeah.
it's not one of my things that I like to do, is go in and look at these hateful
But you
things.
put stuff that you know
But-
people hit on your site all the time that are flat out lies about me and Andreas.
No,
and you
no,
don't care
I would
about
never
that.
put a lie up there about that.
It is a lie, Joel.
But
Stop
the thing
that.
about it is,
See?
it's coming
You got
back.
a headache again.
Yeah, but
because
you
I'm
have to
telling
remember
you
this is. I mean, my mind can do many things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I do is this. Another thing is work. Another thing is a lot of other things I do. So I mean, the world evolves not only around Scientology for me. This is one thing I do. This is one place where I can make a difference. So I'll put extra effort in here in period when I think it's important. But I mean, I get daily proof that it's having an effect, and the effect that I hope. People get informed of both sides and they make an educated decision,
You know
and
what,
that's
though?
great.
No, but I think that's a bad effect, because it's people receiving something negative and something that in my opinion,
Yeah.
shouldn't be there. Okay, whether it's a lie or
But
whether it's confidential.
then you're against free speech.
No. But if that's there,
Well, that's free speech.
free
Joel.
speech should carry
Joel,
responsibility.
No, Joel.
I'm not going to argue
Free
the law
speech-
with you.
Free speech should carry
I'm-
responsibility. Why don't you practice that?
Why
on your
don't you
side?
practice
Free
that?
speech is free speech.
Wait.
It doesn't say free speech with the responsibility that George.
For your
Well,
own
yeah,
subject.
but we bring in the issue of I bring in the issue of responsibility and ethics.
I
because
trust-
it's important.
I
No,
trust.
you don't.
I trust my fellow man. I say I trust her. I say you come to my site. You don't take my word for granted. It says specific. If you read my site, it says this. Don't take anything I say for granted. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Make up your, do your
told me that to
investigation.
me. I
Make it
true.
your choice. Go and watch. I have a link to Scientology page. I have a link to your page. I say go and check
Yeah.
both sides. Then you make up your own
Yeah.
decision.
I think we're being-
And that because I trust my fellow man. You don't.
Yeah,
You want them to see propaganda. I